Welcome back to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda, giving you all the latest updates on anything and all things Ravens. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and keep liking the videos. Let's dive into the latest news I have for you today. So, first up, if you call this a problem, Baltimore has a real estate problem. It just has to do with the selling point of the stadium. You look at cities like the Rams, you look at the Raiders, Minnesota even. They've built their infrastructure to make it look more appealing to the public that's around the stadium. And that's why they're able to, well, according to sources, draw more ticket prices in, and because people are moving into areas that are closer to the stadium, and it just draws more revenue for the organization. Baltimore can't do that. But I disagree with this real estate problem thing. Yes, Baltimore. Like used to live just outside the city. There are good places and there are bad places in Baltimore. Everyone in the city knows it. Same with every city though. I just don't like this idea that it's a problem because people go to a football game to watch a football game, not to go look at the housing surrounding the area. The housing. I mean, of course, I would love for it to be a situation where like a new house is right across the street from M&T Bank Stadium. That'd be great. I would move in there instantly, get season tickets, and just walk right on over. But the selling point of the Baltimore Ravens is the team and the way the team presents itself. There is nothing like a Sunday night football game at Ravens Stadium. The presentation is number one. There is nothing that beats it. I'm like, no NBA game, no other NFL team, no NHL team, nothing. The only thing that can beat it is football, because there's a much, much bigger audience for that. I'm sorry, there is. You have the whole Europe, Asia, and everyone over there. Like that's the main sport over in Europe, pretty much, and Asia. Baltimore Ravens put on a spectacle for the fans, especially during a Sunday night football game. Nothing beats it. When you hear that whistle and then the fireworks just go off, there's nothing like it. I don't agree with this because there's just too much that the Ravens put into what they have already for the fans. Sunday night football games are always almost sold out. Almost. Because, you have a few bleed seats and a few, of those seats that nobody really wants, but you just can't beat it. Well, it's sold out when the Ravens are facing an AFC North rival team, or, the Chiefs or the Bills. It's always going to be sold out during those games. Don't like this statement, but it's also true in a sense if you're looking at it from an angle, from a real estate angle, to where how can you sell not just this area surrounding the stadium, but the city as well. But again, this channel is about the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens know how to put on a show, and there's nothing like it, and it's the best thing on earth to go to a game, especially during Sunday night football, Thursday night football, Monday night football, any of the night games, because they put on a show for the fans. Always put on a show for the fans. Moving on to a little bit more closer to the team here. Is the secondary health the biggest concern? We've had problems in the past with the secondary with nagging injuries. Marlon Humphrey has, even though he's our number one corner, he's had injuries where that has kept him out of the game. But now that we have, depth pieces there with Chidobe Awuzie and Jair Alexander, Nate Wiggins, there's still that nagging question of whether or not the secondary can still pull the load even if one of them gets injured. Awuzie didn't compete in OTAs. Jair Alexander has had a history of injuries. But again, these things happen. It's the next man up. We have to rely on what we got. I understand that the secondary has had a history of injuries in the past, and now that we've acquired players that have injury history, we just got to bet on it. I truly believe that Jair Alexander will have an absolute dog year on the Ravens. I feel like we're going to see a career resurgence out of him, something mirroring his 2022 year. Chidobe Awuzie will probably bounce back in the training camp, and Marlon Humphrey is Marlon Humphrey. He's always going to be there for the Ravens. Nate Wiggins is going into year 2. We're absolutely going to have a much better secondary than we did last season, and we are going to have, injuries that do happen. But again, it's always the next man up. I'm confident in this, a lot more confident, in this secondary than I was last season. This is a much better secondary for the Ravens, and it's not my biggest concern. It's still there. Injuries are always a concern, but right now I feel like that in my heart of hearts that this secondary is going to be much stronger and a lot more in sync than it was last season, especially because Brandon Stevens gone. Anyway, Roquan Smith has been criticized by media for a weight gain of sorts, and he is told that he has to get back in shape. Dude is one of the best middle linebackers in the game. Yes, like you see images of him, he looks like he has a belly. Whatever. Yes, he looked sluggish at the beginning of the season, but hear me out on this. Training camp hasn't started. The real training camp, the one where they're grinding in and out for the next month and a half. He's still one of the best tacklers in the game. I don't get why people are so concerned about this because, again, while what we see in all these pictures and stuff doesn't count for what he has inputted on the field. Yes, he did look slow at the beginning of the season last season, but I feel like that he learned from that a little bit, and being able to learn from that experience and being able to prove all these doubters wrong will definitely put this narrative to bed. I like just weird to me that we're concerned about this right now rather than in the middle of the season or at the beginning of the season where it's like dude still looks sluggish, like he still looks like he needs to hit the gym. Like we haven't even training camp for the rookies has just started. The vets don't come in until next week. Let's give it some time. Let's see, let's just calm down here a little bit. Like I said, training camp hasn't started earlier. Like that's training camp for the vets hasn't started. The rookies are reported in. But again, the vets still have to come in. I'm positive that he is going to be in better shape than what he looks like in photographs and everywhere else. It's just weird to me. All right, last thing here, people. So the Bengals, this is funny to me. The Bengals first rounder, Shamar Stewart, has gone back, apparently, to Texas A&M under the assumption that he's going to have, he's going to practice with them. He's been practicing with his old team, and he's just going to declare for the 2026 draft. I'm so like what is going on? I know the contract situation is delicate, but how does this impact the Ravens? It just means for the Ravens that there's just more ammo for them. It's like, cool, your number 1 draft pick isn't going to play this season. Just means that we're just going to capitalize on it. Like, I hope, for Shamar Stewart's sake, I hope that everything does work out for him because, playing in the NFL is like every college player's dream, especially on that type of level. So, but it's just funny to me that he can just assume that he can go back to, unless, of course, I'm wrong here. He's allowed to do that. I'm not entirely sure if he has one more year of eligibility that he can just go back to the 2022 and go back later to the 2026 draft instead and just play out his last year at Texas A&M. I don't know. He needs to fire his agent. That's one thing. He needs to get rid of him because, yes, I get it. Like if he gets in trouble at any point during the season, any legal trouble, the money that he gets from the guarantee money that he gets and the incentive money that he gets is gone. I don't know if that's fair in the sense of, you know, here to play in the NFL, but I get both sides. I'm playing both sides of the coin here because the Bengals want their players to be squeaky clean, but young players do like to get rowdy and like to party. But look at the Ravens here. The Ravens are absolutely going to capitalize on this. It's also going to be ammunition for for talking trash because you're like, oh, you can't even keep your first round draft picks. Ravens need to capitalize on this and absolutely use this to their advantage. Thank you for tuning in to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I will catch you all later.